Today we are discovering what secrets Survivor South Pacific did not tell us in the edited television show. Some of these are game related, some are strategic, and some are just plain silly. Basically, as long as it isn't part of the show that aired on TV, it is fair game to be considered a secret. And while most of the secrets here are focused on Survivor South Pacific, some of them do apply to Survivor as a whole. Heads up, this list contains secrets that I personally found to be the most interesting. Not every single secret in existence about the season is in this video. So with that, let's count all 34 of them in absolutely no particular order.
39 days, 18 people, 1 survivor.
Number 1. In past secrets videos, I have shown you some bad attempts by the Survivor social media team to create a buzz around the show. However, for those terrible videos, I had to seek them out from the dusty bin of early YouTube. This next one I'm showing you is put loud and proud on the Survivor South Pacific DVD set.
Worried about your hair? I think every woman, she's worried about one thing, and it's her beautiful hair. Can she get in with those young girls, or can she get in with the young guys? And I get that. I worry about my hair. Redemption Island gives you cute, strong, powerful, really nice hair. It is a second chance. Both Ozzy and Coach have had dirty, miserable hair.
I ignored the signs. I became a guy that I don't like. When I first saw Ozzy across the beach, it blew my mind. I just thought it's stronger than it's ever been.
One of the reasons Redemption Island works, it was designed to sense when you're sweating a little more than you should.
After a few weeks, Redemption starts to fill those last little cracks. I feel it's really changed me for the better. I wanted something that would fit my personality. I've got to be confident. When I use Redemption, it's very refreshing. You really are seeing the world through a whole new perspective.
If she uses Redemption Island, oh man, girls will want to be like her, guys will want to be with her.
Number 2. Did you know that after they were voted out, Keith and Whitney fell in love and played on The Amazing Race and got married? Wow, they're the next Rob and Amber. But why doesn't Survivor ever mention this? Could it be because all this happened while Whitney was married to someone else and is wearing a cross necklace on Ponderosa? I mean, talk about the hypocrisy.
I came into this game with a boyfriend and knowing that I probably was gonna have to do some flirting. Well, with Keith, it was more than that. Goofy ass. During the game, it was hard to try to tiptoe around the situation, but at the same time, there was this unstoppable connection. We both had heart surgery. We both, grew up with a lot of health problems. Cheers. Obviously, our love for tattoos, and it's just I get him. He's like a male version of myself. I have a feeling I may be writing some positive love songs, maybe even, from my time here at Ponderosa.
It's scary when you realize you're naked underneath this.
Oh, yeah?
Stop it, woman!
I'm going to tell you what he said to me about his shirt.
I did not.
No.
I did not. I did nothing.
He said the awesome thing about his shirt is easy access.
You did.
Number 3. The Shoulder the Load Challenge has a long tradition on Survivor that started in a way in Season 2 and ended in Season 23. But why? Why did Survivor stop doing this? Well, in this interview with Dawn, she reveals the aftermath of that challenge, and I can see why they have stopped doing it.
I didn't know this, but I had crushed 3 vertebrae in Survivor South Pacific. Yeah, holding the weights on my shoulders with the bamboo and shoulder the load. But I ended up having to have a spinal fusion a year ago. That was pretty major, but I always tell people we won chickens for that, so I think it was like a good trade. In confidence, 2 of the people on my tribe who also participated had more medical immediately, hernia. They believed that Stacy possibly, and they found that this was no, but that she possibly was leaning the bamboo on her mic pack. Mm-hmm. It took quite some time for them to determine whether that was the case.
Yeah.
And I was dying at that point. How they reconciled that was to let me move it lower on my own back.
Yeah.
And that's when I got to move it.
With that, thank you for watching Once Upon an Island. Liking and subscribing really helps, and if you want to pick what videos I make and watch every video weeks and even months early, then consider supporting the channel on Patreon. If that interests you, then check out the link in the description. Thank you for your support. Number 4, Coach is a big character, a big enough character that he was once cast in a movie with him as the lead and Danielle DiLorenzo as the co-star. Here's him talking about it, followed by a clip from the film. Link in the description if you want to watch my review of this terribleness.
Filmed a movie called 180. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff going on in my life. It's about an old rock and roll guy. He's trying to right the wrongs of his past life and find redemption. That kind of reminds me of my journey so far on Survivor. Come on, give Daddy a kiss. Oh!
Number 5, this next one is a two-parter. In the pre-season TV Guide special, Edna reveals that she wanted to be on Shark Tank, and this is how she ended up on Survivor instead.
I came out here to play Survivor so I can win $1 million to fund my startup company. My company is called Berries and Cream. It's a kit that numbs the bikini area before waxing or laser. I reached out to my friend Mick Trimming from Season Samoa. We did residency together. I'm like, I want to be on the Shark Tank. Who should I contact about that? He said, I don't know anything about Shark Tank, but they're casting for Survivor. Do you want to do it? I'm like, sure, there's no way I'll be casted for that. And so 3 days later, I'm like in front of Mark Burnett and Jeff Probst.
Lesson learned, apply for other Mark Burnett shows to get on the one that you actually want. Anyways, not too long after Survivor, she did get on Shark Tank, her dream, and
I think what I've seen from the sales is that it really hasn't grown as fast as I would have liked. And for that reason, I'm out. I'm out.
I appreciate your time and listening to me.
Exactly.
I'm not the girl for you. I'm out. Thank you for your time and feedback.
I am going to be out.
Thank you, Lori, for your time and feedback.
I wish you all the best, but today, I'm out.
Thank you for your feedback and time.
Number 6, in this secret scene between Cochran and Papa Bear, I must say that if I'm ever on Survivor and I know it's me that's going home and there's nothing I can do, I hope to have a conversation like this one.
How do you want Papa spelled? John. John Cochran is Papa Bear in another language. You know I'm sitting next to you, by the way. And there'll be no holding hands with the vote. Not into that. Have a set of balls and stand there like a man when your name gets called. And when Jeff goes, get your torch, I'll be saying, good luck. Because you'll be spending the night with your new girlfriend, Christine.
You said you wanted to meet Christine, right?
I will meet her on finale night.
Yeah, I think we could arrange something soon. You don't want to wait all the way until finale night.
But if it's me tonight, you best not come back and say something rude. Because I'll be watching.
But I'm holding up the thing when I say...
Oh, yeah, you're going to say... He's the nicest guy in the world.
Saying Papa Bear couldn't stand you.
Number 7, everyone remembers Stacy's infamous speech at the Redemption Island duel about Coach with all of his Chucky the Cheese jokes. Well, this feud obviously started before that incident, and in the secret scene, we see Coach just feeding the future Stacy rant fire.
And I apologize.
Okay. You know, it's gesture for me to just laugh inside, like, can a slicker? Come on, a slick can't I slick a slicker? He put that little smirk face on real good. He put it on real good. But inside I see it. I just see it in him. Don't know him from a can of loose salt paint, but I can see him. You can smell paint, right? But I can see him. Yep.
Cool. Okay. Ooh, we were doing that at the same time.
Yeah.
Number 8, Jeff Probst's preseason cast assessments this season are interesting, to say the least. For one, he whiffs on Cochran hard, but only because this is the wrong season. And then with Semhar, I have to ask, why did you pick her then?
Cochran is really engaged in the game, and he gets it. The odds on paper would look horribly against Cochran, and I really think he could be that guy that wins. The guy that you go, you won Survivor? And he goes, I won Survivor. Semhar has no business being out here. I should have probably just told her, don't.
I think I make great television.
Semhar should be first voted out. While she may be a great person in life, not a great Survivor contestant.
Number 9, can Jeff whiff harder than he did before? Sure, why not? After all, the lovebirds of Whitney and Keith are undeniably awesome, and Jeff predicts that we have some big time stars on our hands here.
Whitney's gonna be liked by America because she's country, she's cute, she's a singer, and she's got tats. She's a rebel. She's inked her body. I think Keith is gonna be an audience favorite. I really do. He's a good-looking guy. A lot of people have been calling him Ashton Kutcher, you know, extra large.
Number 10. Around the time of this era of Survivor, the TV show Lost came to an end in controversial fashion, and with that the people demanded to see the alternate endings, and boy oh boy, little did we all see this one coming.
Well, that's great. So what do we do now?
I'm sorry, Saeed. The tribe has spoken.
What? You mean that figuratively, right?
No. You gotta leave the island, man. Gotta go.
I did not spend 5 years in the Republican Guard. Get shot by Roger. Get drowned in a pond. Take a bomb to the stomach on a submarine to be eliminated by Jack Probst.
Number 11. Stacy is a gem, and I can see why they cast her. It's just a shame that she was with Benjamin and not Ozzy, as she is hilarious in her pregame press, and those Chucky the Cheese jokes must have derailed her from her greatness.
Because they'll think that everything is dead, I'm supposed to touch it. Hell, I don't pick up roadkill, I pick up bodies. What made me want to play was that if you could come out here and do this, you'd be more and more appreciative of how life really is. And I said, this would be my turn, that time that I could finally fast for 39 days and not have a Pepsi.
Number 12. Sophie was pretty much a coattail rider for most of, if not all of this season, and it worked. I can't fault her for it. But hearing her say she doesn't want to do this in the pregame does raise some questions then.
So many of the female winners on Survivor are people who rode coattails. You know, people who acted a little dumb, that way, you know, the strong man would take them further. I mean, there's things here that I'll do and things that I won't do. And I would be, you know, more willing to take my top off to win $1 million than change who I am.
I think Sophie is gonna have a hard time fitting in.
Number 13. Did you know that Sears used to be partnered with Survivor? And this is not only how Jimmy T got in Survivor Nicaragua, but it's also how Rick got on this season as well.
He's applied 14 times. He finally got on because he won our Sears competition, where we actually had people vote on one person they wanted to be on the show. And I'm so happy.
Every January, you know, it's like, okay, let's go get a film ready for Survivor, and the kids are going, you know, Dad, you ever gonna give up? It's like, no.
Number 14, Cochran making the flip come the merge completely shifted the game and ensured he had a 0% chance of winning. We will see more of this when we tap into the Ponderosa videos, but here on Redemption Island in this secret scene, Ozzy, Keith, and Jim just can't stop complaining about him.
Coward is like the word that just keeps ringing over and over for me. Somebody that literally won't fight their own battles. They'll let somebody else do it for them and then stab them in the back.
Well, and it's somebody that has a philosophy that they're playing not to lose, but they're not playing to win.
What a punk. I really want to twist his head off. Nerdy little Cochran just trying to weasel his way to the end. Stabbed me in the back.
Elise wouldn't have done this.
Elise would have been hotter to watch too. I would have somehow, some way loved to see Cochran here. Just so you guys could beat the out of him.
Number 15. We all know that Tyson and Jervis in season 27 Blood vs. Water are the coconut bandits of Survivor, but little did we know that the Dawn, the original, the genesis of the coconut bandits are actually in this secret scene with Dawn and Whitney.
You know, I think if we have 2 a day, each of us.
Coach goes, we need to ration these coconuts, and everybody should get 2 coconuts a day. And it's just like, yes, Father? No.
I feel so much better.
Mischievous.
I don't care, I'm not gonna have someone else
Dictate how many freaking coconuts I eat. Screw them.
This is horrible. I seriously need to hide some of these, and I'm so not kidding. So we came across the coconuts, and I feel like it's every man for himself at this point, which means Whitney and myself. So we just decided we're gonna collect as many as we can and at least create a stash for ourselves so we don't have another day where we're dependent on the Upulu tribe to feed us. So we just hid them under some palm fronds, and now we're drinking as many as we can.
I don't listen to people. They don't tell me what to do. They may send me to Redemption Island, but they ain't telling me how many coconuts I can have.
Number 16, Brandon lost the chicken. How could he? Some have speculated this is the real reason why he was voted out. But stupid jokes aside, he does try to catch it again in this secret scene.
Chicken I lost before, I was really down and out about it, and chicken came back, and I vowed if I see that chicken, he's definitely not gonna get away this time.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes! Yeah! Yeah, baby! Yes, baby! Woo! Give me some!
We got him, man!
Number 17. Albert is annoying on this season. What else is new? There's no other way for me to put it though. He is someone who thinks highly of himself and is kind of all talk but no action. Like we see in this secret scene where he pretends he could make fire for the tribe if just everyone else wouldn't get in his way.
I can make a fire. I want to see you make it, man.
I'd like to start it, but I just wanted to wait till we got our stuff.
Oh, dude, there's no need to wait, man. If you guys are awake, let's go over there and try to start it right now.
We gotta go to town on those.
Is this is the right side, right?
Yeah, it's with magnesium is we really gotta scrape it. Because that husk is no good. It's not the spark soap, it's the husk.
It's like I'm doing exactly right. Like I kept saying, oh, I would do it, but you know, Sophie wants to be the hero. Sophie wants to be the hero.
I was going to. She wants to do it. It's okay. I don't mind.
You're saying it like you could start it in a second.
I would like to. I don't want to do it.
Sophie and Albert couldn't start a fire in a warehouse of matchsticks.
We have fire!
All thanks to Albert.
Albert was the man this morning. He was incredible. Really appreciated all of his help.
Number 18. Did you know that originally Dawn was cast to be on Nicaragua, but was replaced at the last second by Holly? Funny because since Holly replaced Dawn on Nicaragua, Dawn replaced Holly on Caramoan.
Sometimes we have 3 great moms and we just say, look, we're going with somebody else, but we'd like to use you next season, or believe it or not, it'll be a year and a half from now. Dawn has a great story in that we were going to put her on Survivor Nicaragua, and at the last minute, we went with a woman named Holly. She came back in and said, I'm so glad I didn't get on Nicaragua. That season wasn't for me. This is my season.
Number 19. Hansa's obsession with Michaela was wildly unfair to her, considering we know what flirting on Survivor looks like and she wasn't even attempting to do it. But this is how she found out he was even lusting after her.
I didn't even know this until I watched. I wouldn't even have people over the first episode I did, and after that, once this whole story plot began, I wouldn't even want to talk. I was so disgusted and like irritated and mad, and there was so much emotion. I couldn't believe that this is the reason why. He reached out, and then once the season kept, airing, it just was like, don't ever talk to me again. You need help. I cannot believe this is why I'm out. Are you serious? And, I would hear through the grapevine that he says we're friends to people. And I'm like, if I ever saw that guy again, it'd be too soon.
Number 20. Here we go. Ponderosa time. The players are voted out, lose redemption, and are sent to the jury where they moan and groan about Cochran all day, but at least this one is in song form.
Cochran, you screwed me over. Me out over $1 million. When I see you in a dark alley, I'll kick your ass.
Number 21. At what point does Coach lose the jury and Sophie wins? Well, when Keith arrives at Ponderosa, Coach is the favorite to get the $1 million.
This next tribal will tell who's gonna win the $1 million. If a Sabai goes out, Coach wins the $1 million.
$1 million. It's not anyone's game right now. It's Coach's game right now. If somebody wants to make it their game, they gotta make a move.
Number 22. You knew this one was coming. Once Cochran is voted out and on the jury, everyone's like, yeah, you are so dumb. And Dawn's pretty much crying on her birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Dawn.
Thank you, guys. I've never been talking about my birthday since day one.
Such a stupid move, Cochran. To go against us. So stupid. You had a 6 out of 7 chance for the final 3. Or guaranteed 7.
Number 23. Something I always imagine is having the option to smell what I see on TV, like when the survivors are looking out at the sunset or when they are running through an intense challenge. But then Cochran smashes my hopes and dreams in a matter of seconds.
It's unfortunate there's no smell-o-vision over CBS.com, because you could smell this, you realize how repulsive this game really is. It smells like a combination of a water treatment facility, pure raw sewage, and just fecal matter.
Number 24. Okay, at this point in Ponderosa, Edna has just arrived to the jury, so who are the top 2 candidates to win now?
I have a feeling if Albert doesn't win immunity, that Albert's gonna get out tonight. That Coach might be kind of wising up and get out his main competition. But Albert's a smart guy, and that also reflects that he might want to get Coach out.
Number 25. While everyone else is getting ready for the next tribal council, Whitney kisses Keith. I'm sure her husband loved watching these videos, and Cochran dresses for success.
Your turn is unreal. Like, do this and then spin.
Yes, that's what I'm saying right there.
Whoa.
That's it. That's the money right there.
Wow. I don't need to show you moves.
Number 26. Do you remember that awesome reward they got in Heroes vs. Villains with the cave that they swam in, and Russell does that stupid proposal thing with Coach? I say proposal, but he's getting knighted. You know what I'm talking about though. Well, this season, the jury goes back there in what I consider a very cool callback.
I recognize this from Heroes vs. Villains. It was one of the more exciting reward trips that I witnessed. I remember, Russell and Coach and everybody being here. Now that I'm here, I get to kind of be reliving Survivor history.
Number 27. Update on who is winning time. This one is a back-to-back two-parter as we see people's thoughts following Brandon coming to the jury, and then when Rick comes to the jury as well.
Ozzy's a huge threat because even around Ponderosa, it's apparent that the Savai tribe is still, big supporters of Ozzy.
I know for the Savai group, we're hoping that we walk in and see Ozzy with the immunity necklace on.
I'm 110% rooting for Ozzy at this point.
I'm pulling for Ozzy, without a doubt.
There's not one of those Apollo members that I'd actually like to give that money to. I would do it. I would end up having to vote for, the person I feel like deserves it the most. But right now, I feel like none of them deserve it.
Number 28. If you were on Ponderosa with Rick, would you let him borrow your shaving equipment, or would you say, yeah, you can just keep it? Because this happens to Cochran, and he says he finds himself in a tough spot here.
This is a pretty fancy electric razor. The idea of lending it to Cowboy, who's, been in the game for 37 days, it's not that appealing to me. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the razor after he uses it. I'll accept it back, but it's likely I'll be purchasing a new razor very soon. Oh my god, it says empty on it! Fantastic!
Does it work?
No, it doesn't work. I'm just trying to be.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, then yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, Cochran, you want to be the barber?
I have a very unsteady hand.
Now you're scared.
No, I'm telling you.
Don't be doing that.
Dawn would be better. Dawn handles.
Dawn's not here. I swear, Cochran, give me a hand. And he's going, whoa. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
Ow. All right, you stop it right now.
Number 29. Well. During Ozzy's Ponderosa videos, we see how the jury's clear-cut favorite is out of the game. So now, who is their number one to win? As it was Coach, and then it was Coach and Albert, and then it was Ozzy.
I actually have the feeling of resenting that Ozzy's not in the final three.
Frankly, the jury hates all the remaining players in the game.
I've heard every single sob story. Everybody has a sob story.
You've got a coral snake, a rattlesnake, a stinking pit viper in there that you've got to give one of them $1 million.
I've never experienced anything like this where no one is liked.
And the fact that the hate seems to be evenly distributed across the finalists is even better because I don't know who's going to win.
Number 30. With the show drifting further and further away from unique locations that they have never filmed in before, and this season just rehashing the theme from season 22, where did the art department draw inspiration from to make something unique?
We're trying to go for the typical South Pacific luau, big Polynesian huts, tiki faces, tiki masks, but we're kind of stealing from a lot of different shows, which is kind of easy for us because we've done so many South Pacific nations before, so we know what we like and what's easy and what works. There's the kind of Hawaiian style and the Marquesian style, and we kind of just had the two styles to delineate between the two tribes. Obviously the blue tribe's the Marquesian one and the Hawaiian faces on the red tribe. There's a lot of coconut, well not a lot, but there is some coconut-based challenges because there's a lot of coconuts here and it's, again, very iconic.
Number 31. Speaking of the art department, it is time for our tradition of taking a look into what makes the Tribal Council set this season, as unlike in past seasons, this one doesn't seem all that special to me.
This is where the survivors will sit. I love these posts. In fact, all of the posts that you'll see around Tribal Council were carved by students from a local school. So there's a little piece of Samoa here.
With less than 8 weeks to build, constructing the Tribal Council set is a massive operation.
There are 6,000 pieces of thatch that make up Tribal Council. Several hundred mats make up the flooring. So basically the roof and the floor were woven by the women of the different communities.
Number 32. At some point in Survivor history, they moved from helicopters to drones. The first time this is made obvious is during the first episode of season 40, but since we were talking about season 23, how do these helicopter aerial shots work?
Most reality shows that use a helicopter, they get it for 2 days. The big difference with Survivor is we have a helicopter 24/7 for the entire 39-day shoot. Their job is to get those epic shots that you see on Survivor. Some of the best moments on our show are thanks to that coverage.
Number 33. One time someone commented on my channel that they wished Coach had his own YouTube channel. Well, believe it or not, he does. It's all about drinking bourbon though, so very niche. But the man has also been given his own TED Talk, believe it or not.
So today I'm going to be talking about arts in the community. Passion, perseverance, and production.
Number 34. We know Fiji and Survivor are basically married nowadays, but back when Survivor dated other countries, they would make a huge impact on those places that needed it, such as in this season.
I never believed that they would come back.
To Samoa's Prime Minister, a reality show returning to the scene of a real-life crisis seemed out of the question. His nation was reeling from a deadly tsunami, the show a distant memory.
One day I got this very innocent looking message. I read it and I jumped.
You actually jumped?
Oh, yes.
This show alone has injected $6 million into the Samoan economy.
Currently we have 284 people on local payroll, so we create a lot of job opportunities.
So which secret surprised you the most? Comment below and let me know. Thank you for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. See you all next time.